podcast. I'm Sean.
And I'm Ian. And this is the only podcast that says...
We're going to kick it old school.
Okay.
I'm Cosmo D from outer space. I came to rock the human race.
Wow.
I do it right because I can't do it wrong. That's why the whole world is singing this song. Jam on it.
Wow.
Old school.
Yeah, that is old school. That's skating rink old.
Yeah. It was like one of those things where like I was looking through Facebook and somebody mentioned that song.
Yeah.
And I was like, I ain't heard that song in forever.
Yeah.
So I had to go back, found it on Apple Music, and I was like listening to it. I'm just like, oh shit! I remember why this was my jam. It was so fucking simple.
It was.
I can't. I mean, there's a reason why it's buried in history, But at the same time, like you listen, and you're just like, shit. That was just so fucking simple.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me pull it up real quick. I mean, it was just like one of those things where you're just like, holy shit. There it is.
Man, that's old.
I mean, that's just like. And this is like an 8-minute song, too.
Oh, God.
I know! But it was just like... I mean, it's so 80s.
Oh, yeah.
People are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Had to live it, baby. You had to live it. Anyway. I couldn't believe it was an 8-minute song.
Well, radio play wasn't 8 minutes.
No, I don't. I think I cut it down to 4. But still, like, I mean, you go through all the verses and stuff, and you're just like, fuck, this is tight.
Yeah, yeah.
Tight. I immediately started popping and locking.
Nice.
Yeah. It was a sight to see. I'm telling you. Then my arthritis kicked in, and I was really popping and locking.
Yeah. Dead limbs.
Yeah. So how are you, sir?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm a little tired today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a lot of running around today. So I had to get a Dorothy's Candies.
Yeah.
And went into Dorothy's Candies. They have for people that don't know, it's just a... I don't know how to describe it. It's like Sarah's Candies of this side.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
They have specialty chocolates, expensive chocolate.
Yeah.
But it's good chocolate.
It's a high-end candy. Like, they make it themselves. It's not like...
Yeah, it's all chocolate.
Yeah.
And chocolate-covered pretzels and fruits and all that kind of stuff. And they do wedding trays. And, I mean, they do everything there. But the quality of chocolate is very good.
Yeah, it's a high... I don't want to call it high-end, but I view it as high-end.
Yeah, it's higher end.
Like, if somebody says, I got some Dorothy's candies, I'm like, oh, you spent some money.
Yeah, it's on that level of Sarah's Candies or above.
Yeah.
I think better.
I think so, too, but, that might be a little local bias.
Yeah. So, anyway, we went in and we had to get chocolate cherries, cordials for someone for Christmas and late Christmas gift. And so I got those and I had the twins with me, and so I bought each one of them a caramel,
Yeah.
And just because my mom used to get those for me when I went.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what you do.
When you went to the department store, a lot of department stores carried chocolates and nuts and all that kind of stuff. So
you could buy a tie and it's like a chocolate rack right next to it.
Well, not even a chocolate rack. It was almost like a deli. It almost looked like a deli.
Yeah.
If you remember Penny's in Monroeville, the bottom downstairs in Penny's, there used to be, it almost looked like they had a glass case.
Yeah,
and
okay,
then
yeah.
you pick out your certain chocolates. And,
Right.
But I think a lot of department stores did it.
Yeah.
That's an old thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like an old-timey thing, yeah.
So, but Anna wanted... There's this guy working behind the counter, older guy, in a sweater.
Yeah.
Looked like he was, should have been backstage in a Mr. Rogers suit. It's probably the owner, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anna goes, I said, well, we'd like to pick a couple things out of the case here,
Yeah.
And he said, how did he put it? He goes, it depends on what you're looking for. And I'm like,
yeah.
You got chocolate in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all stacked nicely.
Yeah.
Ready for people to buy. And Anna goes, well, I would like a chocolate truffle. And the guy was like, no, you can't have those. I'm like,
Yeah. What
why?
the fuck?
And he's like, well, chocolate truffles this time of year are very hard to come by. Well, you got one in the case there.
Yeah. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah.
It's not like in its own special section. It's
Right.
Can I have one of this?
Yeah.
And the guy was, even now, he wouldn't bend.
Wow.
And then he had the caramels, and he disappeared in the back for 5 minutes.
This sounds like the oddest fucking experience.
It was. It's like, what's he doing? Saucing up my caramels? What's he doing back there?
Yeah.
Well,
It's like, something extra to that.
yeah, what the fuck? So, anyway. It was a weird, it was weird.
Yeah.
And so we were on, I haven't been on that side shopping for anything in a long time, so it was an experience, but I had to be because I possibly had to pick up the other kid at the dance club.
Yeah.
So we decided to do everything on that side of town. So anyway, we went there, and then we had a limited window because we were probably there at the same time. We just didn't see each other.
Yeah.
We had limited time, so I went to the Giant Eagle there.
Yeah.
I hate that Giant Eagle. I've hated it. When I lived in White Oak, I hated it. I just never liked that Giant Eagle.
See, I like that Giant Eagle.
Not me. So anyway,
Maybe it's because I have I just have it that place so memorized at this point that I can get in and out of there very quickly.
Yeah.
I know where I need to go. I know what I need. I know where it's at. I'm in and I'm out.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Where if I go to a foreign Giant Eagle, which is like I went shopping at the one in Monroeville one time. That place is fucking monstrous.
I love the Monster Giant Eagles.
Yeah, see, I was like...
But I know West Mifflin. Actually, like the back of my hand.
Yeah. But it's like a thing of just where the fuck is what I'm looking for? I need cheese. Where the fuck am I going to find cheese? And,
Yeah.
It's simple shit. Like where with the White Oak one, I fly right through it. And there's the one by Nancy where she works. They actually have an Ace Hardware inside of it.
Yeah, that's what you told me. That's so weird.
It was so fucking weird.
The one in South Hills, that's the mega one.
Yeah.
It has its own kitchen and shit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Ridiculous.
It is. That thing is just... It is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like the bourgeois of all Giant Eagles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a couple of them that are
The bougie.
That upper level Giant Eagle has their own
I think there's one in the Harmer that's kind of like that, yeah.
They make their own pizzas there. It's crazy town.
Yeah.
Crazy. Anyway, so we went in there. It was a quick visit because once I saw the price for eggs, I was like...
Yeah. Yeah.
My jaw dropped.
It was $7.50 for an 18 pack.
18 eggs. In reality.
Yeah.
And I'm just price comparison. For the price I paid for eggs, I could have probably got 5 packs of hot dogs and buns.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just an example.
Yeah.
I could have got 6 loaves of bread
Yeah.
for what I paid for 18 eggs.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
It is.
Like,
It is outrageous.
and
Anyway,
and it's a monster. Like, just like 2 weeks ago, I paid like $4.
they were $4.50 at Aldi's
Yeah.
for a 12-pack.
Yeah. I mean, it jumped like $3. I was just like, what the fuck? And I mean, I eat eggs. You know, I'll go through the 12 packs of eggs a week.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, we eat eggs in this house too.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a 2 egg a day man.
I can't even imagine what Sam's is, because I mean, Lisa's been on this diet, but we eat eggs anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But she's on, keto style.
Yeah.
And so, but I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I would pay at Sam's Club for the big dogs.
Yeah. Like the
36 pack.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's crazy.
I cannot imagine like operating like a small restaurant
Yeah, I can't even.
and like trying to buy eggs.
Especially a breakfast style restaurant.
Yeah, breakfast style restaurant. And there's a few of them in this town.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure everybody has them. But I mean, there are a few that I can think of off the top of my head, and like I just can't imagine what are you charging?
Yeah.
You know, like your prices have to be increasing because. I mean,
Yeah.
You know.
Eggs.
Yeah.
And that's a thing that sucks, is that's the cheap meat. I mean, not cheap meat, but what I'm saying is like breakfast, dinner, that's the cheap choice. That's, that's usually like $2 to $3 a head for that.
Yeah.
Eggs, some sausage, and
Yeah.
some toast. That's a good dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, we do breakfast dinners all the time.
Yeah.
At least once a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or omelets, or if we make breakfast or pancakes, or we always have some eggs.
Yeah.
Might be skipping out on the eggs.
Yeah.
I'm buying complete. I ain't adding oil and eggs anymore. I'm buying complete. Just add water, motherfucker.
Yeah. Fucking. Gotta go buy egg beaters. They're probably cheaper.
Yeah. I'll take the. Yeah. Where's the complete mix?
Yeah.
So anyway, we went through there, got through there, and then ran up the road to Aldi's. Now, the last time I went into that Aldi's, I swore it off like 6 years ago when they first built it.
Yeah.
Or whenever, 7 years ago, whatever it was. The first time I went in there, it was dirty as fuck. It looked like...
Which one were you at? You at the North for Sales one, or you at the one on Walnut Street?
One in North for Sales.
Okay.
And so when I first went in there, a long time ago,
Yeah.
I mean, it was dirty. It reminded me of Save-A-Lot. It was just filthy. I was like, what is this place? Just not adding up, The vegetables look bad. But they redid it, and it's actually very nice.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so it was good. It was a good experience. So we went in there, and I still dropped a lot of money at Aldi's.
Yeah,
I dropped like $2.50 in groceries today, which is like
ridiculous.
It is. I mean, I felt like for the stuff that we got, I usually spend well under 200.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think there's a lot of things that have been inflated in price, and I'm just not paying attention. I'm just getting the stuff that we usually get.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that was it. And so then I ran back here, and ran back home, and we stopped at this place called the Hub because Anna needed to stop there, and found like a couple cool things there, and then jetted back home. It was like 4:00. Anna had to get up to. Anna had to go babysit tonight.
Yeah.
Jeez. So took her out there, and I went looking for boots, which was a giant fucking fiasco.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, I went to Dunham's. I mean, none of these places had shit.
Yeah.
I went to. And, I mean, nothing.
Yeah.
And my last gasp was Gabe's. And, of course, they didn't have anything.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, Dunham's, I used to be able to go to Dunham's and find shoes. And now they've stopped carrying oversizes, I guess.
Yeah.
I cannot get a 14 or a 15 at Dunham's anymore.
Yeah.
And I used to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And there was a reason I needed boots for the game tomorrow.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
yeah.
I have those duck boots I've been wearing for
Yeah.
3 years now.
Yeah.
And they cracked.
Oh.
The leather cracked.
Wow.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
That was very strange.
That is strange, yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, I couldn't find boots, so I think it's gonna be warm. It's gonna get up to about 40 tomorrow.
Yeah, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, I think I'll just wear I would just wear my Doc Martens, but I don't usually like wearing Docs in the wintertime because I don't like leather doesn't do well in cold.
Yeah.
It's more of a, So it's just a bunch of running around, and then I was like, well, I'm at Gabe's, look around. Fuck it. I'm here already.
Yeah.
And they had some nice Columbia jackets.
Oh, yeah.
Like puff jackets.
Yeah.
Like shells.
Yeah.
It's like, this could be nice,
Yeah.
All they have was 2X. I need a 3XT. As for a jacket, that's what I prefer.
Right.
I mean, and then I did try it on with both my hoodie and another jacket on, but still, that's what I'd be wearing to the game.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't fit,
Right.
Then I was like, okay, well, maybe I should look for some new long underwear. Or at least some wicking stuff, at least for my top, at least a shirt. And usually I could find this. I couldn't find anything.
Yeah.
I couldn't even find anything at Dunham's.
Yeah.
And that you would figure that would be the place you would find that
like
stuff.
for hunting gear and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, they had the camo pants and everything. I was like, I already got this. But, I couldn't find anything. Nothing. They didn't even have any winter hats or gloves. They didn't have shit. They didn't have... all their socks were gone. I don't know if there was a shit ton of people that went to Gabe's on the Christmas Eve game and just fucking annihilated it.
Right.
For wool socks and gloves and hats and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? I don't know, but they didn't have Jack. I'm telling you.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I know I went on rambling, but I mean, that was my day. So it was just kind of like, ugh. I'm kind of like, I'm done.
Yeah.
So anyway. But I did watch a couple movies this week.
As did I.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right, you first this time.
Well, I watched Bullet Train.
Oh, how'd you like it?
I loved it.
Wasn't it fucking great?
It was a great movie.
Man.
It was fun. It reminded me a lot of, just in tone, of Smoking Aces.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I like that style. That
Yeah.
It was a fun movie. I loved. Spoiler alert. Michael Shannon at the end.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh man, when he showed up, I was like, oh shit got real.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like him, it was a fun movie. Like I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was great.
Like I even liked it. It was like at the end of it, he was like, where do I fit in all of this? And like, well, Mr. Blake said, hold on, I'm not Blake.
Yeah.
Like he was there by mistake.
Yeah.
Like like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just enjoyed the shit out of it.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Kept going too.
It did.
It just kept moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't any lull. It was just like it just kept moving. And the dialogue was great. Like it was good.
Yeah. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Like it was a fantastic movie. It's on Netflix. I highly recommend it. I know you highly recommended it a few weeks ago.
Fight scenes were incredible.
Oh yeah. Really well choreographed.
Yeah, it's great, dude.
It had like the right sense of balance of like humor and violence.
Yes.
Like it was a little Tarantino-esque in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is a really, really good movie.
Yeah, I agree. It was great.
It was. I highly recommend checking it out if you have it.
Yeah.
And the other thing I watched was a WWE produced documentary on Ric Flair. Okay. And I've watched documentaries on Ric Flair. And I was curious to see like how like you can't bring anything really new to the table at this point. Like WWE's done a couple of like documentaries. I know there was, I think, was it HBO or ESPN did the 30 for 30 on Ric Flair. And there's also just been other stuff like Dark Side of the Ring's done a few things that Flair has been involved in, most notably the plane ride from hell.
Yeah.
But so I was curious to see, like, well, how is WWE going to handle the subject matter? And the first thing that popped for me was the narrator and the interviewer was Tom Rinaldi.
Okay.
Who, I mean, for years was with ESPN. He's a journalist. You know, I mean, he's not, you know, some WWE crony. You know, he's a legit journalist who, like, was doing exposés at ESPN for years. Yeah. So, like, right off the bat, it made me sit up a little bit more because I'm thinking, well, Tom Rinaldi's doing this. This is, you know, this is a little bit more serious. It was still a puff piece, I would say, in a way. I mean, it tackled some, like, you know, some interesting things about Flair, some, you know, particularly his drinking. It did not address the plane ride from hell, where, I mean, if you don't know what that is, it was a WWE chartered a jet. They were flying from Europe back to America after a tour of Europe. It's just a plane full of wrestlers who had too much time on their hand, got drunk, and at one point, Flair is in his robe, his ring robe, and nothing else. Yeah. And he's got the stewardesses pinned in, like, the kitchen area of the plane, having them touch his dick.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, and that's inexcusable. You know, completely inexcusable. Yeah. But, I mean, so, like, not, like, stuff like that wasn't tackled. They touched on his womanizing a little bit, but more along the lines of, like, hey, I'm Ric Flair, I like to fuck. Yeah. You know, and, you know, but it was like a 2-hour, it was an interesting interview because I thought Rinaldi, when he was talking to him, the questions he was asking were solid questions, but I thought overall, based on everything I know about Ric Flair, it was still a little puffy. Yeah. But, I mean, it did ask him the question, like, who is Richard Flair and who is Ric Flair? Yeah. And Ric Flair is a guy who, in all honesty, like, his real name is Richard Flair. And Richard Flair probably died in 1972. Yeah. You know, Ric Flair has been... Yeah. He lived the gimmick. You know, like, he was... He's said it 1,000 times. I've seen it in 1,000 interviews. You know, in the 80s, he was, like, buying 4 suits a week. He was living the gimmick. He was flying private jets. He, you know, everything that Ric Flair talked about, Ric Flair did. Yeah. You know, and it's one of those things that, like, it's an odd thing because, like, professional wrestling is the only business where, for you, the fan, they don't draw a line. Yeah. Like, we always talk about, like, with actors. Like, especially, like, soap opera actors. Okay. Like, those people get so invested that they forget that they're a real person. They've become that character to them. Yeah. And you see it a little bit in other genres of entertainment, but wrestling, more than any other, they don't give you a distinction of this is a real person and they're portraying a character on screen for you. Yeah. They make you believe, or they want you to believe, that Bret Hart is Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels is Shawn Michaels, Steve Austin is Steve Austin, 24/7. Yeah. And so, like, when you see them in public, that's what you're expecting to see. And if you see anything different than what you've seen on TV, you're going to be disappointed. Yeah. That can't be easy. Right. Like, I can't imagine being, like, you know, being a professional athlete, like a football player, basketball player, baseball, hockey, seeing, like, Sidney Crosby in an airport Like, hey, I mean, I talked about last week with Franco Harris. Like, I saw Franco Harris at Dave and Buster's. We let him go.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to bother him.
Yeah.
But you see, like, I heard people talk about, like, Bret Hart was Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Like, he wore the jacket around. Like, he was Bret Hart 24/7. And that can't be easy to do. Like, be in character all the time.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that's an easy lifestyle to live. And this documentary does touch on that quite a bit, that, like, he was Ric Flair.
Yeah.
All the time.
Right.
So it was interesting. Like, if you're interested in it, I recommend it. It was a very good documentary. I thought it's very well produced. Rinaldi as the interviewer and the narrator does a very good job.
Yeah.
But I thought overall, like, I didn't learn anything new that, like, I haven't seen 1,000 times already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. And I got all caught up on Willow.
I did not get caught up.
Okay. Oh, this last episode?
Whoo! Good.
Good, very good episode.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah, I did not get caught up. I'll do that tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I watched Clerks.
Okay.
I don't think I can come back from that.
I've heard. I haven't.
I just honestly.
Clerks 3, for those who are wondering. I haven't seen it yet. I ordered the DVD, and but I've heard a lot of people say, man, it will have you just an emotional mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was rough.
I'm kind of like. There's a part of me that's like, I can't wait to see this. There's a part of me that's like, man, I don't want to see this. I don't want to become a blubbering mess.
You will become a blubbering mess it was made for fans.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
Right.
And that's the way it should be going out,
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a little bit weird starting.
Yeah.
And then it just hit all marks later on. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was very... You'd have to see it. Just the way it's shot, too. It's shot differently.
Yeah.
You'll see. But it was brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, if I talk about it more, I might cry.
Yeah.
Like, it's that brutal.
Is this the best Smith film?
Nah, Dogma was pretty good, dude.
Yeah.
Dogma's one of my favorite films.
Yeah.
It was better than any of the Jay and Silent Bob's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's hard. Smith's kind of hard to... But, I'm a huge fan of Jersey Girl. I thought Jersey Girl was amazing.
Jersey Girl's a great movie.
Yeah.
I think it's better than most people give it credit for.
But I did like Clerks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I know Clerks 2 hit home for you.
Yeah, Clerks 2 was great.
And I mean, I think that came out right around the time you were becoming a father.
Yeah.
Or had just become a father. So it kind of hit home with you.
Yeah,
a lot more than...
And it's shot differently than...
Yeah.
Than Clerks 2.
Yeah.
But... Man...
Yeah.
I can't talk about it. But I mean, it's just... The acting chops that came from the two of them. From Dante and...
Yeah, Jeff Anderson and Brian O'Halloran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, you saw it in the films, but not this kind of acting.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah. Okay, I'm.
We're sitting there watching like a fucking train wreck.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted to go to sleep afterwards.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, hats off to Kevin Smith because it's amazing.
Yeah.
But of course, music's right on.
Yeah.
You know. The second half of the movie reminded me of like that part in Clerks. I think it's Clerks 2, where they were driving in the car, and I think 79 was on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
the go-kart scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, wait till you see it. When's your DVD coming?
I don't know. I gotta look and see.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's. I don't know if I'll watch it again.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't. Because I just don't think I can handle it. Number one. Number two is like, you know, this is a full circle.
Right.
Like there will not, you know, there's not going to be another one. This is
right.
Everything's complete now.
Yeah.
And so you're going to cry. Anyway, because you're a Smith fan. You're more of a Smith fan than me. And I'm a Smith fan.
Right. And I mean, but it's that odd thing, like, Clerks was the first time somebody, like, I watched a movie and thought, that's me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that was the first time that ever happened in my life. Like, everything else, like, even, like, excuse me. Like, John Hughes movies, like, I never identified with them, but I did in a way. Like, I was like, oh, I could see these situations, and I could see these characters, and, you know, it made sense from a teenage standpoint. But Clerks was that first movie where I legitimately, like sat there and said, yeah, that's me on the screen.
Yeah.
You know? May not have been working at a convenience store, but, like, I knew those... I completely until identify with both Dante and Randall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that was the first time that it ever happened in my life where I watched a movie and was literally like, I've just watched, like he's been spying on me.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I think that's where my attachment comes from. I've said for years, I've always felt Kevin Smith is the voice of Generation X.
Yeah.
You know, and you look at some of the movies that, like, you know, everybody likes, like, oh, well, like Singles and, you know, and a few others. Like, you know, like, to me, like Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, and Dogma.
Yeah.
That's the movies, like, that's Gen X.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's flat out Gen X.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe not so much Dogma, but I still lump it in there because it...
Yeah, it deals with things.
But it's also like Gen X is like how they deal with religion.
Yeah. And that's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it should be lumped in there.
Yeah. So, like, he to me, he's the voice of my generation, and so I can't wait to see what he has to say about...
Because he sort of is the voice of generation, not just because of his music he puts in his films. It's the music, it's the what we were feeling at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, who else in their right mind in a movie is going to put someone gets off a bus and goes, "Whose house?"
Runs house.
Who does that?
No, that's Smith.
But we would understand that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And so, like, when Kevin Smith speaks, I listen and I understand.
Yeah.
Because you're right. He's pretty much the voice of our generation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So. But it's just brutal.
And even Clerks 2 is very generational. Like, Gen X. Like, majority of us were becoming fathers at that time.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? So he was telling us, like, well, this is what I felt. So, like, this movie, in his 50s, after a heart attack... I'm intrigued to see what he has to say to us. You know.
Yeah. Don't watch any spoilers on it.
No, I haven't. Like, I just know the basics of the movie, you know. The only spoiler I know is that I know Becky's dead.
Okay. She's in the film.
I know she's in the film. I've seen her, but it was like one of those things that was like, it's Dante's guilt or something,
You'll see.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Yeah, that's good. So I watched that.
Yeah.
That was the big one. That was like, I don't know, like, after that, I really didn't want to watch anything.
Yeah.
Just because I don't think anything could have lived up to that.
Yeah. Emotionally, you were like,
Wrecked.
yeah. Done.
I mean, my kid was wrecked for 3 days, too.
Yeah.
I think we're all still feeling it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think Clerks came out, then Clerks 2.
Yeah.
This is all during them growing up,
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway. I watched a weird movie last night called The Wonder, I think, with Florence Pugh.
Okay.
Set in, I don't even know, Ireland, I guess. And like, anyway, it was hard to get through for me.
Really?
Yeah, it was just, it drug
Yeah.
for me. And I just couldn't, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
I like Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
I mean, she's amazing. And she did well. I mean, like, it's not like she didn't
Yeah.
look good.
Right.
But she plays a nurse that they call in a nurse and a nun into this house in Ireland. And this girl hasn't eaten for 4 months.
Yeah.
And so it's a miracle.
Right.
And so, their town's famous now.
Right.
And they get a committee together. It's old. I mean, it's set. I don't know the exact dates, but it's set old.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. And so there's that.
Yeah.
And then I watched. Elise put it on. The Banshees of It.
Oh yeah.
Inisherin.
Yeah.
That's with Colin Farrell and what's his name?
Yeah, I've heard people rave about it.
Mad Eye.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really thick accent though.
Yeah. You gotta watch it with subtitles.
No,
No.
it's not that thick.
Okay.
But it's really thick. I mean, but it was really good. I enjoyed it. It was strange. It's strange, just on that independent feel.
Yeah.
It was really good
Yeah.
and odd.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe that. And then I watched the series The English.
Okay.
Yeah, I know I did. I watched a lot this week.
Yeah.
I liked that.
Yeah.
That had oh my god, what's her name? I have to look it up because I mean, like, you have to know her.
Yeah.
She's the one that produced the damn thing. It's a miniseries. It's a miniseries on TV.
Yeah.
Emily Blunt.
Okay.
And Chasky Spencer. He's the guy, for those who watched Twilight.
Okay.
Okay. He was the head wolf
Okay.
of the pack.
Okay.
He was that second.
Yeah. No idea, but okay.
Yeah, but people who watch
Yeah.
the series would know. And it was actually really good. I really liked it.
Yeah.
There was a point on a couple episodes that kind of drug for me. Like, I was like, oh, do something. But it's just telling the story, you know?
Right.
It's set in, like, 1790. Right? She's from England. Her fiance went to America to ranch cattle. He was going to be one of the first cattle ranchers, I guess.
Right.
He had money, English money, to come over and do it. And things went awry, and then she went over. I'm not going to tell you the story, because unless you want me to, you might watch it. It's a Western. You know, I don't like Westerns, but I love this. So it was about her and her interactions with this guy, the Indian, who was also a scout.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the military. So, you know, everybody hated him.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? All the tribes hated him. But it was bloody, parts of it. You know what I mean? And it had an excellent story, I felt. Like a really good storyline. Yeah, so that was it. But that was 8 episodes. We binged. So, yeah, it was good.
Cool.
So I suggested weird. I don't know. Just have to say it.
Yeah.
Parts of it were fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it does tell the story of the American Indian somewhat. And, you know, considering that's who's helping her.
Right.
And it tells some stories of what happened and everything. Not totally, but just within this little piece of, you know.
Right.
But you don't have to. It's good, though. It captures the time really well.
Yeah.
So there's some plot holes I didn't. But other than that, it was a really decent series.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, and it's a Western, so if I liked it and it's a Western, it's
Yeah.
pretty good. And then, you know what really attracted me to? She put it on in the beginning. The way the art is done.
Yeah.
You know, like the what am I trying to say? Like opening credits.
Yeah.
You know, it's before you say skip.
Yeah.
You know, all produced by, you know, all that kind of crap.
Yeah.
The way the art is done and the way the music sounds, it's very spaghetti westernish.
Yeah.
Very.
That's cool.
You can almost hear it.
Yeah.
And there's a couple points in the show that, you know, like on these intense moments, it came out. You can hear it. Like it's very, you know, with the trumpet.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It was like, ooh, this is some badass shit. Yeah. So, yeah, I did watch that. So, that's it. That was my week of watching a lot of shit.
Yeah. On top of, I guess you were watching the Monday night game.
I wasn't.
Okay.
But as soon as it happened, we turned out.
Yeah.
And I saw video clips of what happened.
Yeah, so did I. For those who don't know, and I'd be surprised if you don't. Well, maybe Anthony doesn't, you know, over in Ireland.
I have to text him.
But there was a Damar Hamlin, who a safety for the Bills, who played college at Pitt from McKees Rocks.
Yeah.
In the area. Routine play, makes a tackle, stands up, and collapses.
Yeah, completely collapses. And apparently, I mean, they had to perform CPR right there on the field. Yeah, 9 minutes of CPR.
And he was taken to University of Cincinnati Medical Center, trauma unit. Mm-hmm. He's been in the ICU. I mean, he's off of oxygen. He's responsive. They're saying it.
They pulled the ventilator, I think.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was going to make it. Quite honestly, like.
Right.
I didn't think. When they told me he was on a ventilator, I was like, oh no, about this.
Apparently, what I mean, and it hasn't been said officially, but people were basically saying that this is a situation where there's a term for it. I can't remember the term, but basically, it's like a 1 in a billion where the hit that he took to the chest.
And that hit was a basic football.
It wasn't anything spectacular. It wasn't
like a deliberate thing. It
right.
wasn't.
It was a basic football play.
Penalty. It was just a tackle.
But the hit that he took into the chest was at just the right time to stop his heart.
Yeah.
And this is much more. I'm not saying much more common, but in baseball and in hockey than it is in football.
Yeah.
I actually remember, and then somebody showed a clip of it, in the 90s, Chris Pronger, when he was playing for the St. Louis Blues, stopped a puck, like, blocked a shot, got up onto his skates, and then collapsed.
Yeah.
Exact same fucking thing happened. He was playing hockey again in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with, like, his health. It was just one of these, like, fluke things that unbelievably could happen. And, I mean, and the outreach of support and everything. And, I mean, there's been a lot of people, like, that were critical of, like, you know, the NFL saying, hey, you know, go out there and play. You got 5 minutes. And once was an opponent, once was with my own teammate. In football with, you know, somebody who's my teammate.
Right.
So that's a little bit harder to get through. But both times, what I do with my family.
Yeah.
You know, so, like, the fact that they decided, the players and the coaches decided, no, we're not playing the rest of this game now, makes complete sense to me.
The chest, I'm sure they had to.
I'm sure they had to.
They had to cut them right up the middle.
They had because with shoulder pads, you've got, at least you used to when I played, I mean, it's like a shoestring.
Yeah. Heads up to the ambulance crew that realized what was going on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, like, that's crazy town.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway. Yeah, it was definitely a wild experience.
Yeah, it's something we may never see again.
Nah.
More than likely. I mean, it's such a fluky fucking accident.
Yeah.
And I saw people were accusing T. Higgins of shenanigans. No, it was a basic football play.
Yeah, I don't really understand why they would blame him. Meanwhile, I think he went to the hospital and
He
stayed
did.
with it.
Yeah, he was there for like 3 days or some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Because he's blaming himself, which he
right.
shouldn't be.
No, you shouldn't. Like, it's that weird thing of like...
It's just not even an accident.
Yeah,
it's just a fluke thing.
It's a fluke thing. And, like, I've heard people talk about, like, you know, well, this is the violence of football. No, it's not. You know, it really isn't. Like, this is something that's never happened before, may never happen again.
Yeah. Try watching it in the 70s.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you want to talk violent.
Well, I mean, I just watched, like, last week, before the Monday night game, they were showing, it was Ryan Clark blowing up Willis McGahee for the Ravens.
Yeah.
Just absolutely destroyed him. And Ryan Clark, like, commented on the play. He's like, I couldn't get away with that. No, that hit was dirty today.
Yeah.
Like, and that was like, we're talking 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, the evolution of the game as far as, like, you know, hits, like, but yeah, you're right. Like, I mean, what was legal in 1975 is not even close to being legal now.
Like they're clobbering people with their casted arms.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about violence.
Head slaps were still legal.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it got outlawed until the 80s.
Yeah.
You know, so, like, just coming up and smacking your opponent in the head. Like defensive line, this is what they used to do. Like, you'd come up and you would just, with an open palm, strike your opponent in the side of the helmet to daze them and then knock them backwards so you can get to the quarterback or the running back. Legal.
Yeah.
You know.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a crazy thing. It was just this crazy thing that happened.
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, because I sort of was watching, because I was watching fantasy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like watching it, and I'm like, what's going on here? And then I came across, and I'm like, well, we got to turn it on. I got to see what happens.
Yeah. So speaking of fantasy, so congratulations to you for winning the 5th place game.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Stork for winning the 3rd place game. And congratulations to Jeff from the Hobie podcast for winning the first place game, which means Jason came in second. And what was interestingly, like, each of them had half their players in that Monday night game. It's like the final score was 57.5 to 55.5.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but Jeff had Josh Allen, T. Higgins, and McPherson at kicker. Jason had Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon, and the Cincinnati defense.
Wow.
Yeah. So they each had three players in that Monday night game. And so clearly, their final score not reflective of their teams.
Yeah.
But congratulations, Jeff. We'll find a way to get the Ditko trophy to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good year. It was a fun year.
Fun year. We'll let Tim run it again next year.
Yeah.
I'm too fucking lazy. All right, so on to something. I saw this article a couple weeks ago, and we haven't gotten to it. But I want to get, and there's nothing really going on, so I thought, well, this is a good week to bust out this article.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure you've heard about, this whole fiasco with FTX. FTX was like they sold cryptocurrency.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, they were an investment for that. And, like, they were advertising on, like, a Super Bowl and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And they had all these endorsers, including Tom Brady. Like a lot of people. And, well, then, this whole thing apparently was, nothing more than a house of cards, and it fell apart, and a lot of people lost money.
Yeah.
Well, people were suing, but they're suing the endorsers.
Really?
So, like, Tom Brady is being named in a suit because people lost money because this FTX company was apparently a sham.
Right.
What I find interesting is, I guess my first question is, like, as an endorser,
Yeah.
are you responsible for the company that you're endorsing?
Yeah, I mean, I see your point.
That's question number one. And question number two is, have you ever been influenced by somebody, like an endorser, who you're like, oh, fuck, I'll give that a try?
You mean like a product?
Yeah, a product or a company or like anything like that.
Yeah. Thinking. I'm sure I have been. That's the nature of what we do. We see something on TV and we get it.
Yeah, but like
nothing like that went down in flames.
But more like I'm just thinking like it's one thing to like say like, well, I saw this advertisement for this product on TV and I like the product, so I'm gonna buy it. Like, but or was it like okay for me like I'll admit I tried Liquid Death.
Okay.
Which is it's spring water.
Okay.
It's in an aluminum can, and the only reason I tried it is because it was I saw Pat McAfee drinking it.
Okay.
But there was also like he's like use my promo code, and you can get X amount off.
Okay.
I've also used for the last concert I took Nancy to I bought the tickets off of SeatGeek.
Okay.
Again, because it's promoted on the Pat McAfee show, and he had a promo code to get X amount off of the tickets.
Yeah.
So, like, if it hadn't been for Pat McAfee, I would have bought those tickets off of Ticketmaster probably.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But instead, I bought them from SeatGeek because of him.
Yeah.
The only reason I tried Liquid Death is I was like, well, what the fuck is this? It's delicious. It's very, very good. I mean, the problem is it's fucking expensive.
Yeah.
But it's otherwise, if I could afford to get it all the time, I would.
Yeah.
But I can't, so I don't. But I tried it because I saw him drinking it.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I can't think of any time where like you're like it's one thing to see a commercial for something, but I'm not saying like, oh, well, I want to buy a Lincoln because McConaughey says I should.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm looking at a car and saying, okay, well, this is what I'm looking for. You know, is this the best price, the best option, all that stuff? Like, you know, Matthew McConaughey is not selling me a car.
Right.
I feel the same way about, like, you know, celebrity endorsers don't normally, like, don't move the needle for me. Like, the stuff I'm going to buy is going to be based upon my need.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I use Dawn not because it's some celebrity endorser. I just use it because it's a really good product.
Right. I don't think I've ever went down that route, but I think it's what they're doing is like, well, we're not going to get money from the fucking company.
Right.
We can get money out of these fools.
Right, but are these fools responsible?
Yeah,
I mean, and that's an odd line because it's like, well, in a way, like I'm putting my trust in you, the celebrity endorser.
Right.
But at the same time, why am I putting my trust in the celebrity endorser who just wants to get a paycheck?
Yeah, he's just trying to get a paycheck himself.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it's their responsibility.
No.
At all.
Right.
That's just my opinion. Now, people may differ from that, but you're the one that's worshiping the false god.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's the odd thing. Like, you know, I like Gatorade, but I don't like Gatorade because Michael Jordan drank it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
We all wear Nikes.
Yeah.
Not because, you know, that was Jordan's brand. It's the best brand of shoe.
Yeah, well, we're not 8 years old either.
Right.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. So. But there are people who do think that way.
Really?
I guess, because, I mean, like, they talk about, like, okay, like Kim Kardashian wears something. Automatically, that sells out.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You know, like, there are people who, like, are, like, the power of an influencer.
Yeah.
As much as we've ridiculed it over the years on this podcast, the power of an influencer actually does exist.
Right.
There are people who follow these people to see what they're eating, drinking, buying, wearing, and they want to live that lifestyle.
Right.
Or find a way to live that life. So, yes, if you're an influencer or a celebrity endorser, there are people who are like, well, you know, if it's good enough for Tom Hanks, it's good enough for me.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? And that's to me, it's an odd way of thinking.
Yeah.
But there are people who do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I really don't understand. I mean, I know why they're doing it.
Right.
But it really doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
That'll fall through.
Yeah, I can't see. I mean, there was a time. I don't know if it still holds true or not. Like, if you endorsed a product, you have to be using it. Like, that was like, I remember my dad telling me, like, I mean, there was the commercial with Joe Namath in this, I think 1970, where, you know, he was wearing pantyhose.
Yeah.
And if it makes my legs look good, think about what it'll do for yours. And then, like, he's had to show up on Johnny Carson wearing these pantyhose.
Yeah.
Because he endorsed them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Like, so it's like, there are some odd things that, like that, like, I don't know how much that holds true nowadays. Like, can I endorse a product and not like it? I just looking for a paycheck?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think that happens a lot.
I think so, too.
I mean, don't you?
I don't think, like, Sean McVay, the head coach of the Los Angeles Rams, eats a lot of chunky soup.
Right.
You know, I honestly don't. I would be shocked if he ever did.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but yet there he is on TV, you know, shilling for chunky soup.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, something tells me he's eating a whole lot better than chunky.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, exactly.
I do not like chunky soup.
Neither do I. But my taste doesn't count because to me, like, condensed Campbell's chicken noodle soup is the shit. So
Really?
I have no vote in that race. Yeah.
It's the salt.
Oh,
That's what you like.
Yeah. And you throw some saltines in that thing.
I like the chicken soup too.
Yeah. That's like the best fucking I'm sick and I need something to eat.
Yeah. I never liked the tomato soup though.
No, neither do
I just could never. My mom did. And the girls did. Well,
Yeah.
She got them liking it.
But yeah, so like, Kermit the Frog doing a Nestea commercial. Like, I'm not gonna buy Nestea because of Kermit the Frog. I don't like Nestea.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. This is Pittsburgh. If I want to drink iced tea, I'm going to Turner's.
Oh God. I don't like any of that tea. I mean, I do like Turner's. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I used to drink it all the time.
Oh, I mean, I think everybody went through it. Except I don't like iced tea. I don't like tea. But I think everybody I know at one point has gone through I
don't think that's iced tea.
The iced tea liquid crack phase, where that's all they have.
Yeah,
is just cartons upon cartons
I don't
upon
think
cartons.
that's iced tea. I don't think you could define that as iced tea. Maybe a little bit. But
Yeah.
It's pasteurized.
I mean, there are people who
that.
their daily trip to whatchamacallit,
I know.
Hill. It's pack of Marlboro Red, a hoagie, and a carton of Turner's iced tea.
And some Snyder's chips.
And some Snyder's chips.
But I still like Snyder's chips. Their barbecue's one of my favorites. But yeah, you're right. But I got some the other. I got a Lizzix.
Yeah.
Okay, they closed. They retired.
Yeah.
And I went in there the last time.
Yeah.
And because I've been going to they're in my garage. They were in my garage.
Yeah.
And but also I got gas there.
Yeah.
I got my Mountain Dew there. Smokes.
Yeah.
They knew what I wanted. I mean,
right. Yeah, you walked in and had your shit ready.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were out of Mountain Dew because they were closed. They were closing down, and all they had left were iced teas.
Yeah.
I was like, "Fuck it, I'll get 2 iced teas," and it's probably been close to 2 years since I've had an iced tea.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I put it up to my mouth and I started drinking it, and I drank it.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's cold,
yeah,
I drink it quick.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And at one point, when I had the carton up and I'm drinking the shit, I felt like Napoleon Dynamite watching those people drink those eggs.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? When I was drinking?
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh. And that's the way I felt when I was like,
yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm drinking the second one.
Yeah.
It was bad. Yeah. It was bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's... Yeah.
Yeah, once you get off the horse.
Yeah, I don't go back. I never went back to it.
Yeah. But there are people that...
But you get addicted to it.
Right. But in this town...
Yeah.
That's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Turner's iced tea is a lifestyle.
In the summer, when they started coming out with the... plastic jugs.
Yeah.
It was like a tea and a half or
2
teas. Boy, I used to drink half and then put it in the freezer.
Oh.
Let it ice up. Take it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little frosty. Some ice chips in there. Oh, I loved it. But it's bad. It's horrible. And, people always, when they come to Pittsburgh, it's like, you got to get an Iron City. I was like, you probably need to try the iced tea.
Yeah.
It's right up there.
It is. It's like the underrated, when you talk about Pittsburgh, it's Iron City, Permane Brothers, French fries on everything, Turner's tea.
Yeah, Turner's. It has to be Turner's.
It has to be Turner's.
Yeah. Turner's has the most sugar in it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, for...
yeah, you're right. It has so much sugar, it has to be pasteurized.
It's fucking pasteurized. It's right on the thing. It's crazy to me. And at one time, I can remember, and I don't know how many are left, but at one time, Turner's had theirs, of course.
Yeah.
Fikes,
Yeah.
Coltrane.
Yeah.
Seems like there was another one. Another dairy that did it as well.
Yeah, there was another one. I can't remember which one it was, but it was like them and Turner's were like the big two, and like sometimes I would mix them up, and you'd bring out the wrong one.
Oh, Fikes was horrible.
Yeah.
Fikes, when I drank Fikes, I felt like I was drinking medicine.
Yeah.
It didn't even taste right.
Yeah.
Not that Turner's.
Yeah, any better.
But there was a definite difference
yeah.
between the teas.
Yeah.
And if you're really freaking hurting, if you're really, really hurting and they were out of teas, you went with the Swiss.
Yeah.
That was horrible shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. God. But yeah.
Like, people in the South who like talk about like sweet tea and stuff, like you have no fucking clue.
Yeah.
You have no clue. Like the tea obsession in this town.
Yeah, and it's not even good.
Yeah, but neither is Iron City.
It's horrid. Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's like the things that like Pittsburgh's known for: Iron City beer, Permanis Brothers, Turner's tea. None of them are good.
Right.
You know?
I know, especially that tea.
Yeah.
I mean, like Southerners roll in their grave if they had that tea.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Southern tea is good tea. That's good iced tea.
Yeah.
But it's made from Lipton bags or Red Rose or whatever they have.
Right.
They make it fresh.
Right.
They boil the tea off.
But like
Mix it with water and ice and sugar.
But like Nancy talked about, like when she went down to Myrtle Beach, or even when she went down to Florida with her sister a couple years ago, like you stop at a Bojangles and you pick up a gallon of their tea. Their sweet tea was for sale by the gallon.
Yeah, and it's very similar. Chick-fil-A's tea is very similar as
Yeah.
well. But it's that Southern sweet tea. But
Yeah.
when it's home brewed, it tastes a lot better than what you get in a jug.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Right, I get that, but I mean, but like that's how big, like.
Yeah, they like their sweet tea down there now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, that's why when McDonald's came out with their sweet tea, it was a huge hit here for a while.
Yeah.
Especially when you get it for $1.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah. 32 ounce.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. $1 sweet tea.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
Want it.
But I still think Southern tea is way good.
I'm sure it is, but it's like it's a funny thing of like, of all things, like Turner's iced tea is like, how is that like a thing?
I don't know.
But it is.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, there are people like, that's their daily spitter. You know, like,
Oh yeah, it was spittoons for everybody.
yeah, like it. You know, you do a pint of tea and then you spitting out the rest of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
I mean,
I know people that have mixed them up and thrown up.
so have I. Yeah.
It's just part of living
Yeah.
in Pittsburgh.
So who would be endorsing Turner's tea?
Right.
You know.
Well, that's the thing, and that's a perfect example. So, Greg Lloyd endorses Turner's tea.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah. Throwing a name out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why Greg Lloyd? Probably because I'm excited about the Steelers game tomorrow, and I was thinking about our previous linebackers.
Yeah.
But because I'm going to the game tomorrow.
Yeah.
But God, he was a beast. Anyway, so he endorses Turner's tea. Everybody rots their teeth out. They decided to sue.
Yeah.
No, really, seriously.
Yeah.
They decided to sue. But they're not going to sue Turner's.
Right.
Because they're bankrupt.
Right.
So they're going to sue Greg Lloyd.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense.
No.
But that's what it is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I agree. I agree with you. It's like that odd thing of like, you know, hey, I my wife died in a Navigator. I'm suing Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
What?
That'll never hold up.
No, I don't think so either. But it's like this odd thing.
I don't think it's odd. I think it's the lawyer's move to try to get money.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. Anyway.
But I feel like if that's the reason you bought something.
Yeah.
Like, in all honesty, like, if you said to yourself, like, wow, Tom Brady's endorsing this company, and so because of that, I'm going to put my faith in Tom Brady, and I'm going to invest
Right.
in cryptocurrency through them.
Right.
Well, you're an asshole.
Right.
I'm sorry, you are. You're a fucking asshole.
Right.
But what do but like in the same vein, like I asked myself that question. It's like, okay, well, you bought water because you saw Pat McAfee,
Right.
and you used an app to buy tickets because of Pat McAfee. But then I think, well, no, because I probably wouldn't have bought the water unless there was a discount.
Right.
I probably wouldn't have used the app unless there was a discount.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
so I don't get a discount now from Pat McAfee, so I stopped drinking the water.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so I try to like view it that way, and I try to think back, like, was there anything else in my life I've said to myself, well, I've got, and the only other thing I could think of, and I never bought it, was Sammy Hagar's Cabo Wabo tequila.
Okay.
I always wanted to try it, but it was always too expensive for me.
Yeah. I get that.
You know, but so like I never, but like that would probably be the only other thing. But I figured, well, why would you have done that? Like, why did Sammy Hagar influence? Well, because Sammy Hagar knows tequila.
Yeah.
Like, if there's anything Sammy Hagar knows besides music, is tequila.
Right.
You know, so I guess that works too, like with celebrity chefs. Like, okay, the casino at Westmoreland Mall.
Okay.
They inside the casino, they have a Guy Fieri restaurant.
Okay.
I will never go to that restaurant because I can't stand Guy Fieri.
Okay.
I think he's an idiot.
Okay.
So I can't imagine, like, but I'm basing my decision on go to that restaurant based upon Guy Fieri. Like, what if the food's really good?
Yeah.
I might be missing out, but I don't like Guy Fieri, so I'm not going to go to that restaurant.
Okay.
But yet, like, I would go to a restaurant with Tom Colicchio's name on it. Colicchio.
Yeah.
The guy from Top Chef, because I like him a lot.
Yeah.
I would be willing to try his food.
Right.
You know what I mean? Is that... or am I basing it off of what I think of them as a chef?
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't go to Chick-fil-A because of their religious beliefs.
I won't go to Chick-fil-A because I don't like their chicken sandwiches.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Like, I mean, like...
I know. But, I mean, I won't.
Right. I get that.
I won't go there because of their belief system
Right.
on human beings.
Right. I get that. So, I mean, that makes sense. And I know other people are like it. I know other people will say, well, racism tastes really good.
Yeah.
You know.
I know.
But it's also that thing of, like...
I don't like their chicken sandwiches either.
No, I don't either. Especially when I found out they
soak them in pickle juice?
Yeah. That's when I was like, that's why I don't like them. That's why they always taste off. They're trying to kill me.
It's like $4 a sandwich.
Yeah.
That's what you're getting.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
You're getting a McChicken. No, really. You're
You
getting
are.
a 99-cent McChicken.
Yeah.
That's how big that piece of meat is.
I know. But, where am I going with all this? I can't remember. Oh, okay. But the flip side of that is, like, I know what an awful human being Ric Flair has been in his life.
Yeah.
I still like Ric Flair.
Yeah.
I like Ric Flair the wrestler, not Ric Flair the person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so, like, there is, like, this weird, like, zone.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It's an interesting zone, though, because it's like, I want to say, like, oh, I'm not influenced.
Yeah.
But yet, in a way, I kind of am.
Yeah.
I try not to be, Like, I like to think I like the products I like, not because of the Celeberty Endorcer,
Right.
Over over the years or whatever, but because of the product itself.
Right.
I like Gatorade. I don't like Powerade. I've tried Powerade. I didn't care for the taste of it.
Yeah.
So I'm not drinking Gatorade because of Serena Williams. I'm drinking Gatorade because I like the taste of it.
Right.
You know.
I don't like Powerade either.
No, it just doesn't taste right.
Yeah. Probably because it doesn't taste like Gatorade.
No, okay. Like, if I drink a fruit punch Gatorade, it tastes like a fruit punch. Mm. If I drink a fruit punch Powerade, it doesn't. It doesn't taste right. But, like, fruit punch Gatorade tastes a great deal like Hawaiian Punch.
Yeah.
I like Hawaiian Punch. So that's kind of the line I follow. Like, why does this taste good? This tastes really good. This is the same fucking flavor, but it doesn't taste like these two. It doesn't taste right to me.
Yeah.
So.
Remember drinking Hawaiian Punch out of the metal cans?
Oh, yeah. Those were the days, my friend. Crack a hole on each side and shotgun it.
Hershey syrup used to be the same way.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember my grandmother, my grandma Santa, she would have like Hershey syrup in the can. I remember going over her house and she'd pour me a glass of milk and put the syrup in. You'd stir, get it all mixed up, and then you had a nice chocolate milk.
Yeah, later on they came out with yellow plastic lids that you put on top.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. All sorts of in the 80s, up until the 80s, Pepsi came in a glass bottle.
Yeah, instead of Gatorade.
Yeah.
We didn't have water.
No.
The closest thing we had to bottled water was probably New York Seltzer.
Yeah.
But we didn't have bottled water.
Yeah, bottled water didn't come around till... for years, people were like... my dad's like, why would I buy water? I get it from the tap. Yeah. I'm like, well, why'd you get it from the tap?
Now we know.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but it's like odd stuff like that. You think about it, so much stuff comes in plastic now that I remember peanut butter came in a glass jar.
Yeah.
Mayonnaise,
glass jar. Yep.
ketchup. All of it.
I bought a ketchup. Well, I don't want a glass bottle of ketchup.
Yeah.
For Christmas. So we bought it later on. I just missed it. And Ellie brought it in to me. And she was like, I was having fries or something.
Yeah.
And asked her to bring me some ketchup, and she brought it in. And she was like, good luck, because I can't get it out. I was like, let me show you, kid.
Yeah. Gotta hit the 57.
See that 57?
Yeah.
Just keep tapping it.
That's your spot.
Yeah, you can actually hear it.
Yeah.
And it's funny. But yeah, everything came in glass.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything that came in plastic way back.
No.
It wasn't really a thing.
No, everything was in glass.
Well, 2 liters. That's probably the first thing I remember seeing in plastic.
Right, but they used to come in glass.
I don't remember the 2-liter glass.
Oh, I do. I do because my parents got them.
Yeah.
They've been drinking Pepsi, for as long as I've been alive.
Yeah.
I remember they would buy. It came in these cardboard boxes.
Yeah.
These and they were reinforced cardboard boxes. It was thick cardboard, and it'd be 6 glass bottles to a case.
Yeah, yeah.
And they'd buy 3 of them for a week.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's how much Pepsi they drank.
Yeah, yeah.
They still buy a ton of Pepsi products,
Yeah.
But it was this odd thing. So I used to love those. Once the boxes were empty, I would use the boxes for stuff.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny.
Yeah.
Now eggs are $7.45 a dozen.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking nuts.
Dude.
All right then.
And I do remember it was funny. I was telling somebody the other day. I was like, man, I used to get at McDonald's. Everything was in styrofoam.
Yeah.
Except for the cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Those were always wrapped. But everything else came in a styrofoam container.
Yeah.
With the printing on it. Like fillet of fish or double quarter pounder. You know what I mean? Or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those days. We went to McDonald's probably about 2 months ago. Maybe 3 months ago. And we went up to the one on Lebanon Church.
Yeah.
And they redid that whole thing. It's really nice.
Did I?
It's like, I don't know if you've been in the new McDonald's with the gray paneling and the.
I haven't been in a McDonald's.
I think it had a fireplace in it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, and it has like very small window.
Yeah.
Like one register.
Yeah.
And then it has like a screen, and you order from the screen what you want, and they bring it out to your table.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we went in there, and they were Anna wanted a McRib. I'm like, are you sure you want that?
Oh my.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
And because they were discontinuing it.
Yeah.
You know, it was the last run.
Yeah.
And
There's a reason it's the last run.
she got her McRib. She ate it. But she was like, she liked it. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I never liked it. I worked there.
No.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I think they pour that into molds.
They do.
And then just, you know.
Yeah, I mean, clearly they pour that in the molds.
Oh, it's horrid.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what you're eating. Like, there's more than snout in there.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They say pig's a filthy animal. Well, when you grind it all up and eat its parts, it's even more filthy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it just,
that is technically pork.
Technically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when I worked at McDonald's, that was like one of my first jobs. You know, I was in seventh heaven because, I mean, like, yeah, they had the McRib and I tried it. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I always like McDonald's barbecue sauce, though, for some reason.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the best thing about it's just horrible, and this is probably why everybody gains like 50 pounds when they work there. It's, you know, you get your meals comped.
Yeah.
At least back then you did.
Yeah, I think you still do.
And you can get whatever you want. Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're good with the managers or whatever.
Yeah.
You better believe I was putting 2 chicken sandwiches on a Big Mac bun. Or 2 filet fishes.
Oh, yeah.
Or, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And like a triple large fry. The big pile of tartar sauce. That's where I learned how to eat. That's where I learned to eat fries and tartar.
Yeah.
Was McDonald's. That was the shit.
Right.
Yeah, you can get whatever you wanted. Get like 7 shakes. Fuck cares. You know what I mean? But it was, the lunches, your meal break was amazing. Cause I mean, you know, hey, can you imagine? I mean, like putting 2 of those chicken sandwiches on a Big Mac bun with 2 pieces of cheese, lettuce.
It's laying it on. Yeah.
Man. The double fillet of fish was good too.
Yeah.
On that sesame bun. It was fun working at McDonald's.
I mean, when I was a cook at Eden Park, I mean, I was experimenting like crazy.
Yeah.
Like taking a pot roast, putting it on like the Texas toast.
Oh.
With like doing like a grilled cheese style with the Texas toast, and then grilling that up.
Yeah.
With the
good stuff.
Good stuff. Yeah. What else was I doing? It was like I can't remember. I know it was some stuff.
I used to make at it's funny. When I worked at Damon's, it was, I mean, you get to eat whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
And one of the best things at Damon's is they had this like sweet potato casserole, which was off the hook. So we always dabbled in that. But I always used to make prime rib nachos.
Yeah.
And the chips were good there.
Yeah.
They weren't pre-bought chips.
Yeah.
These chips were, you cut the tortillas,
Yeah.
into 4, threw them in the fryer, salted them when they came out. I mean, they were good chips.
Yeah.
So we used to make prime rib nachos.
Yeah.
I don't know why they never said much, but we used to take a big thing of prime rib. Literally.
Yeah.
Big piece of prime.
Yeah.
Just cut that shit up, cube it up nice, put it on there.
Yeah.
Some cheese. Oh, it was the fucking best.
Yeah.
I love that. But I used to eat prime rib all the time.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, you're cutting it.
Yeah.
That's good prime rib too. It was cooked in a sham. It was cooked right.
Yeah.
Man. Or like all kinds of shit. Prime rib skins. I used to make those. Damon's had some good potato skins.
Yeah. I mean, I had a manager like when Eden Park dabbled in steaks.
Yeah.
Like they've always had like a steak, but it's like shit steak.
Yeah.
They upped their game a little bit. And they got in the prime rib, or not prime ribeye.
Yeah.
They got in the ribeye, and like I had a manager like that was all he fucking ate.
Really?
Like, every day was like he'd come in and like he'd cook himself a steak.
Really?
I mean, it wasn't a bad steak. I mean, I've certainly had better.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's only so much you can do. Like, I mean, in a charbroiler.
Yeah.
But like every fucking day, he's like, my meals are comped. Like the thing at Eden Park was employee meals were 50% off. When you were a manager, you were comped.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'm having a fucking steak every day.
Wow. Holy food cost.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing in restaurants that kills you is steak and seafood.
Yeah.
Kill you every time.
Yeah.
I mean, your food costs. I mean, like, you drop a steak on the ground.
Yeah.
That's a lot of food costs because they don't make much money off that.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like for those restaurants, not like Red Lobster, but restaurants that do serve seafood, like mahi or whatever they selling, that's food cost.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
Yeah.
Chicken and beef, that's whatever.
Yeah.
Not chicken and ground meat, like shit like that.
Yeah.
That's nothing compared to like a steak.
Right.
Because they lose money on that shit. They don't. What I'm saying is like, when they sell it, they don't make that much more on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It hits their food cost big time.
Yeah.
If you drop a plate of, I don't know, even ribs, you drop half a rack on the ground, they're not losing that much money.
No. But yeah, steak. It was like every fucking day he came in and Gunner, get my steak on.
Nice.
Dude, the fuck.
I remember what were we doing with those? Oh, when we were doing nacho, they got so cheap at one point. This is when they started going down. Because they were losing money and Damon's was failing. So they, you got to find ways to save. And one thing they did was you'd take a sheet tray, right?
Uh-huh.
And you got your plate, and you'd put the nachos on and the chili.
Yeah.
And then you'd sprinkle your cheese on. But you put your plate on a sheet tray when you sprinkled your cheese on.
Yeah.
Right? And then all that cheese that fell off the plate, they went right back into the cheese bed. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah.
Right. So instead of it being on the counter, you just wiping your counter off.
Right.
Yeah. All that cheese that fell off to the side, that all just got right back into the cheese thing for the next night. You know what I mean? Like, I remember those days.
Yeah.
And prime rib was always cut to like inch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there was like a little measure when you first start, and after a while you get an eye for it. But oh my god. Yeah, I remember that. Any leftover meat or anything was usually turned into a soup. Usually like chicken or something like that.
Yeah.
And then any prime rib that I've told this story before, but that those ends, those prime rib ends, are the ones that are left over.
Yeah.
That literally online there was a heat lamp, and the prime was on rushes.
Right.
And it'd sit there for a couple hours out.
Yeah.
You know. And at the end of the night, when you did all your food cost, you put all the prime end rib ends in a bucket, and then put it in the refrigerator, and then the next day, prep would shave that shit down into prime rib dips to put on a sandwich.
Yeah, yeah.
And that would be their
yeah
sandwich to dip au jus in or whatever.
Right, yeah.
But, yeah. It's actually a smart move.
Oh, yeah.
But what you're eating is...
Yeah.
I wouldn't eat one of those.
No.
And I worked there.
Yeah.
I know how long those ends set out.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, that's me. I mean, like, they were probably fine. You know? Like, these big companies, they can't afford for you to get sick. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look what happened to Chi-Chi's. Oh. But I mean, like, honestly, like, that was a massive...
Yeah, it was.
Massive restaurant chain.
And it totaled them.
Totaled them. When all that shit came out with the onions and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, destroyed them.
It shut them down.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like, to the point, like, now, I'll be like, look at something, like, you'll see, like, a frozen meal. It's like, you know, frozen enchiladas. And it's like, Chi-Chi's. I'm like, well, I ain't buying that shit. You know?
Chi-Chi sauce.
Yeah. Whew. No.
There's no onions in there.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, that's, like, you're right. Like, you know, it's like a major chain like that. They cannot afford, like, a...
You can't make a mess.
Yeah.
People sick all the time.
Yeah.
You just can't afford it. I took, where did I take? I took Brie to, I don't know what we were doing. It was after the holiday. I don't know what we're doing. We're at Century 3. We've been going to Chili's a little bit more.
Yeah.
They got this special up there, man. I'm not, like, promoting Chili's or anything, but you can get a side salad or a cup of soup.
Uh-huh.
An old timer.
Yeah.
That's the burger I usually always get.
Right.
And it's a normal burger.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, like, miniatured or anything.
Yeah.
And I always get a salad, but you can get soup, too. And your burger and fries.
Right.
And a drink for $10.99.
Oh, that's not bad. Not bad at all.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, the drink's $3.
Yeah.
The old timer by itself is $8.99 or something.
Right, yeah.
So that's a steal.
Right,
for
yeah.
me. So I like that special, right?
Yeah.
So we went up there and I was like, well, I'm getting this, you know. I always get the combo. Because I really, truly, honestly think that Chili's has the best burgers around.
Right.
Outside of a few specialty things. But for the most part, I think they have the best burgers.
Right.
The burgers are phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I've always felt that way. And I work there and I like their burgers.
Yeah.
But reordered a triple play or a triple dipper.
Okay.
That's where you get the 3.
Yeah.
You know?
Like the chicken tenders, mozzarella sticks, and like jalapeno poppers or something.
Something. Yeah. Oh, and they changed their crispers. Their crispers are no longer.
Really? Because I like their crispers.
Their crispers are. It used to be. Tempura battered chicken.
Yeah.
And they dipped the chicken in the tempura batter and put it in the fryer.
Right. Yeah.
It's not tempura batter anymore. It's just regular chicken fingers. It's like KFC.
Yeah.
But it's not that tempura chicken.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree. Like that batter was the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They probably made someone sick. But what I'm saying is like, because that's hard to control.
Yeah.
You're dipping chicken in this batter, so you have to keep
Yeah.
the chicken cold and you have to keep the batter cold.
Yeah.
And that station is a mess. Let me just tell you.
Oh, yeah.
It's worse than salad station. There's just fucking tempura, and you got to change it. You got to filter it like once a night.
Yeah.
Because there's so much
Right.
crud. But anyway, I rambled. she goes, looked at the waitress and says, I'm going to get this triple dipper. All egg rolls.
Oh, you told me about that.
I'm like, damn, girl.
That's a flex.
It is. And that waitress was like, that's the way you order a triple dipper. So he comes out and it's just fucking all these fucking Southwestern egg rolls. And that's like one of my favorite things at Chili's.
Yeah.
They've never taken it off the menu for all these years because it's so popular.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's boss right there, boy.
Yeah.
So boss. Man, those egg rolls are good.
Yeah.
Anyway. Restaurants.
Indeed. Anything like that to the proceedings there, sir?
That's it, man.
All right. First I want to thank everybody who congratulated us on episode 500 last week. We greatly appreciate that. Kevin Smith went out of his way to... don't I wish. No. But those of you who did, thank you. We appreciate it. Remember, there are a number of different ways you can reach out and touch us. Oh, hold on. No. Real quick. I forgot. Thad had a write-in. So, Thad writes in, I do remember the Franco incident at Dave & Buster's. And then he said he followed him into the bathroom stall and stood next to him at the urinal. You say, Sean, I don't hate Pickett. I'm just critical of his performance. I admit he put together a great drive Sunday to beat the Ravens. He needs to do more of that in the game. He's not there yet. And I would agree with you, Thad. I'm not saying he's the second coming, but I do think he's played well. I think he's made mistakes early. I think we've seen him grow as a player.
Yeah.
I think once you get him out of Matt Canada's offense, I think once Matt Canada is fired and you get him into a better offensive system, I think you will see more growth from him.
Yeah.
I think part of his problem has been the guy calling the plays.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Yeah. Kennywood Lights 2022 was awesome. I believe they said they had 2 million lights in the park. Everything was lit up. I rode the Jackrabbit, the Kangaroo. I rode the train. I even got a chance to see a huge model railroad display. I also had some nice potato patch fries with gravy and my free souvenir cup. Can't wait for the 2023 season to start. Well, you go on with your bad self with your free soft drink and your souvenir cup.
Yeah.
Those of us who go once don't want to spend that kind of money on a souvenir cup.
If that.
Yeah. But then Tim wrote in.
Nice.
And he's like, I want to follow up to Thad's unreadable filth. I took this photo last year at Kennywood's train display. Throwing shade at the late Ted Kennedy in miniature form. Noticed a car in the water. And there's a picture there.
What is this?
When Ted Kennedy, he...
No. What is...
This is from the model train display last year at Kennywood. It's, little Chappaquiddick action there. Chappaquiddick, whatever it's called.
Nice.
Yeah. Car in the water. If only Ted Kennedy had been driving a Volkswagen. It was a fucking National Lampoon joke.
Yeah.
Like, they used to do, in National Lampoon, back in its heyday in, the 70s, they used to, they'd have their own ads. They couldn't sell ads, so they put their own ads in. They're And one of them was, a fake Volkswagen ad. It was, because Volkswagen's, the Volkswagen Bug floated.
Did it?
Yeah, it could float. And so the ad was, if Ted Kennedy had only been driving a Volkswagen Beetle, he'd be president today.
Nice.
Wow.
I didn't know they floated.
Yeah. Like the old school Beetles used to float.
So they had a buoyancy air trapped in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
All right. So there was that. Remember the different ways you can reach out and touch us. You can send us an email like Thad has, and so is Tim. The email address is pittsburghnerd@yahoo.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter. Just search Pittsburgh Nerd Podcast. We're very, very easy to find. And lastly, as always, want to remind you that we are also a member of a number of podcasting networks. You can find us on the Tangent Bound Network, the Weeby Geeks Network, and the Pod Breed Network. Just give them a Google search. You can find all the other great podcasts they have to offer. And we want to thank you, dear listener, for checking us out each and every week. We can't thank you enough for the time you take to enjoy our hijinks and or shenanigans, whichever it is that you prefer.
Yeah.
And so on that note, the dreamer has awakened.
Peace.